Good morning. It is Monday. I don't know how much time I have on this camera, so I want to just quickly talk to you guys. So for today, I'm ready to take Levi to swim lessons. This is our last week of swim lessons. Last week he did really good. He seemed to really enjoy it. Today my parents are going to come to watch him, so that'll be fun. I'm not going to film any because I don't want to put other people's kids in my vlogs. We've talked about this. Over the weekend, we had one of the nephews come and stay the night, which is why we didn't vlog any over the weekend for last week's video. So we went to the drive-in movies. He really seemed to like that. And then we went to the local water park. It's just a local swimming pool, but it has like two really big water slides. One of them's for like rafting. We're out here with the dog, by the way, so I'm keeping an eye on her. But one of them's for like rafting, like you have like a float that you go down on, and then the other one's like just your body. Then it has two smaller slides. Then there's a lazy river. There's like a splash pad type area, and then there's like this walk-in beach, if you will. That's for like babies and stuff like that. And this kid had talked about wanting to go to the water park forever. And to start this off, there's like bugs out here. To start this off, his dad is kind of like a deadbeat. Like he financially pays for them, but like otherwise has not much to do with them. Up here! I didn't think she'd run out in front of that bus, but just to be on the safe side. So yeah, he doesn't have a lot to do with his kids other than like financially providing for them. At least that's how it sounds. So he's been talking for a while about wanting to go to water parks ever since we took Levi to the water park down in Little Nashville, Indiana, which I will leave a link to that vlog down below if you want to check that out. And then Mike's brother took his kids to a water park, and so Craig has been wanting to go, but because of the divorce his parents are going through and stuff like that, like his mom can't really afford it, which is Mike's sister, and it just hasn't been feasible. So we took him to the local one just to see how he would do, because the talk in the family, I guess, amongst the adults has been, would he do anything if he won or not? And it turns out he didn't do anything. So thankfully it was only $5 to get in. We didn't take him to like, you know, Kentucky Kingdom or something like that, or Santa Claus, Indiana, or wherever there's other water parks. We didn't take him anywhere fancier than that. But hey, don't roll on that. No. Don't get all dirty. So let's go back up this way. Come on. So anyways, yeah, we got there and he was all excited. He put on sunscreen. He was like ready to go. And then got in there and he just sat on the towel the entire time. Wouldn't get in the water. You want to sit over here? Wouldn't get in the water. Like, he just sat on his towel the entire time. And I asked him, I was like, you know, why don't you want to get in the water? Is there too many people? And he said, yeah, there's too many people. So I don't know if that's really the reason, or just because like I gave him an excuse by asking if there's too many people. But he just seemed really uncomfortable and shy the whole time. We were there for like an hour and 45 minutes. He wouldn't get into the water at all. At one point he did walk down to like the baby area with us when we told him we were going there, but he didn't get in the water. He walked down there, looked around, and turned around and went back to the towel. So that's how that went. And we kept checking in on him, kept asking him, are you sure you don't want to come in? Like, what is wrong? Like, you know, but he wouldn't come in. But Levi seemed to really enjoy it. He had a lot of fun. And we mostly hung out in the baby area for Levi, because obviously we can't do like lazy river or water slides. Molly! Just having a conversation with the neighbor's dog right now, if you can hear. But yeah, like Levi can't do any of that other stuff. So we hung out in the baby area, and then we took him over to the splash pad and let him play in like the sprinkler areas, which he seemed to enjoy. And every time we moved or did anything, we went and got Craig and was like, hey, do you want to come with us? We're going over here. There's not very many people. Like, you know, you're going to be fine. And no, I just want to stay here. I just want to stay here. Okay. So yeah, we were there for like an hour and 45 minutes, and I felt really bad for him, but he didn't want to do anything. So yeah, that is what we did over the weekend. And then yesterday we went swimming at Mike's parents' house after we dropped Craig off with Mike's sister, because they all live out in the same area. So, because they're like 45 minutes away from us. So we went swimming at Mike's parents' house. Levi seemed to really enjoy it. Mike's brother with his kids came over, and one of their kids is like 9 months older than Levi, roughly. Because I remember the day that Josiah was born, we were all at the hospital, and then Mike goes, yeah, so we're expecting one in 9 months. And I think I was like a month pregnant at that point. So they're maybe 8 months apart or something like that. They're pretty close in age. So it was funny because we had them in like matching baby floaties. And they were just like floating around the pool together. And they both were like stone cold, stone faced, like didn't seem interested in anything. But Levi liked it when you took him out of the floaty and played with him. Like, he was into it. Josiah was just still stone-faced, like, nope, not really interested. But yeah, so we had a good weekend. But today we have swim lessons, and then for anyone who caught last week's video, I'm being sued, and it's some major BS. I'm being sued by a debt collector for like $600 that I already paid. Long story short, I was young, I was dumb, I got credit cards, I defaulted on them, they went to collections, collections said, they sent me a letter saying we were going to sue you if you don't pay this in full, so I borrowed money from my parents and I paid it in full. That's been like 3-ish years ago, maybe closer to 4, and now I get a letter at my door that says, you're being taken to court over this, and that I had 20 days to respond. So I still need to write up a letter. I think I'm going to be able to fight this, I don't know, but I can't find my confirmation code. From when I made that payment. We've moved since then. It's been like 3+ years. Like, I should have done better record keeping, but I have to call the bank today and see if their records go back that far. Might go online and look to see if they do, and on his end they don't, but maybe the bank can do it further back. I don't know. And then the tricky part is going to be, you know, when did I pay it? Not really for sure on there. And then we also need to see, like, I don't even know if it'll be on this card, because around the time that this will happen and I paid it the first time is about the time when Mike and I got a joint account. So I don't know for sure if this is going to be under the account we currently have, or if this is going to be under the account that I had when I met Mike, which that account's been closed for several years now. We closed that account and then got a joint one. So I don't really know. I don't know if it's going to be there or not. Hopefully it is. Hopefully it'll be right there, because that would like clear things up real quick. But I have to call them today and find that out. And then I had another bill come in from collections that shouldn't be here, because after I had my son, I owed like $5 grand in hospital bills, and it's all supposed to be in one account. It's like separate accounts, but they set me up in a payment plan, and so I call in and make a monthly payment, and it's not supposed to go into collections in any of the accounts. They're all just supposed to stay there, and like I work on one, it gets paid off, and then it goes on to the next one. And I get a $79, I get a letter from collections saying I owe $79 since in collections. And it's like, excuse me? And it's from the hospital. So I have to get that figured out today and be like, hey, why did this go into collections? Because I am on a payment plan. The only thing I could think of is that, I think it was last month, I think it was the month before, I was late on my payment because I forgot about it. And it was when we went to Ohio, I think. And I called when we got back to make the payment, and I was like, you know, I'm not going to have anything going to collections, am I? And they said, no, you'll be fine. It's not an issue. This will take care of everything. So that's what I figured would happen, but now I have something from collections. So I need to get a hold of the hospital and find out, hey, why did this go into collections? It's going to be a big headache. I wish I just had, like, you know, like $10,000 would just take care of everything. Okay, it would take care of everything. Oh, so that's what's going on today. I'm going to check in with you guys a little bit later on. Levi's out here chasing Geese with Grandpa after swim lessons. So we've got my mom's dog here for a groom. So I'll give you a little bit of a before and an after. Missy, hi Miss. She's in need of a grooming. She's a little bit of a mess. This is before, and here's Misty. Here's Missy after. I feel like she always turns out super cute. The only thing I don't like on her is her feet. Her fronts aren't too bad, but they're what you would call ugly feet. Like, look at that. And she's only a 2-year-old dog, but just because of the way her feet sit, like her toes tend to separate. So like if her foot's lifted, that's a pretty foot. Okay, she puts it down and it does that. So her fronts aren't too bad, but her back feet kind of do that. That's just, I don't know, that's how she's always been. But so she looks like here in the face. I did a 10 blade all over her body, and then I did a 5 over her head here, and then I just trimmed up around her face because my parents like her nice and fluffy in the face with her beard. She still needs a bath. I know technically you're supposed to bathe them, blow dry them, and then groom them, but I just have like your basic hair dryer, and it doesn't do that great of a job of getting like all the kinks and curls out. And for some dogs, they take forever to blow dry, and some of them come in with mats, and I just, like, they will never dry if I do them first. They have to be shaved down. So I just personally like to shave them down first, but if I had like the professional blow dryer and such like that, I would definitely do it the correct order, because a professional blow dryer would dry them really well and would get all the kinks and curls out, like all of this would lay flat. But my dryer doesn't do that, so I just prefer to shave them down and then wash them and just let them air dry for the most part. And since she's so short, she will dry pretty quickly. Probably have to go over her face with my blow dryer, but yeah, that is what Missy looks like. You sweet girl. You sweet girl. What you doing? Hey, just wanted to do a quick check-in with you guys. I haven't done a ton today. Levi and I are just kind of chilling here. I just finished up doing some YouTube-y stuff. I just had my video for the opposite hand challenge, opposite hand makeup challenge go live, where I do my makeup using my opposite hand. So I had a lot of fun making that. I hope you guys go and watch it. So the link to that will be down below. And that video was also a collaboration with Melissa Caitlin. So her video link will also be down below if you want to go check it out. But it was a lot of fun to do. So I really enjoyed it, and I'm really happy to see it go live, and I can't wait to hear what you guys have to say about it and your thoughts and whatnot. But I just wanted to do a little check-in. Mike is on his way home. Not a whole lot going on. I've got like laundry going. Levi's on the floor here just like playing. And get down. You're not supposed to be on the couch. Molly's trying to break the rules. But that's all that's going on right now. I'm not really sure what we're going to make for dinner tonight. I don't know. I should probably get up and make something because Mike's on his way home. So I guess I should go get that figured out. So I'm going to wrap things up for today's video here. Dinner tonight is one of these cheesy skillet dinners. Super good. Super, probably not very healthy, but it's easy. It's good. I didn't really have anything planned. And I used up the chicken tenders we've had in the freezer forever. They need to be used up. That glare though. But that is everything for today's video, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Okay, so I lied. We still had things we had to do today. We're at Party City right now to pick up some things for Levi's birthday party next month. We need to get invitations and piñatas. Is there anything else here that we need? You know? Invitations. I already said that. And piñatas. Okay, I think just invitations and piñatas. And then, are we gonna go to Dollar Tree today or no?
I don't know, are we?
I don't know. We might end up at Dollar Tree because we're gonna get like the tablecloths and the plates and stuff like that from Dollar Tree. People are gonna throw them away, so why spend a lot of money on it? But that's what we're doing right now. Hello, welcome back to my life. It is Tuesday. I could use a nap. Levi is sitting in the living room right now having a bottle of apple juice and watching cartoons. We just got done with swim lessons. They went really well. He really seems to still be enjoying them. My mother-in-law came today for swim lessons to watch him swim. She seemed to really enjoy watching him. He liked having her there. So that was really good. That's all that's happened so far. Nothing that exciting. I need to call the bank now and figure out how far back their records go to see if we can find out about that payment I made. And then we still need to type up that letter because we're like starting to run out of time to mail it in because we had like 20 days. And I think we've used up like 10 of them. So we've got like 10 more days to get that letter out. So we need to get it out. Yeah. That's pretty much it. Levi will probably go down for a nap here before long. And then we are meeting up with my friend Heather at the park today with her daughter. So her daughter can run around and play, and Levi will get to use the baby swings, and her and I can chat and catch up because it's really been a while since we've hung out or talked. So I'm really looking forward to seeing her and getting to talk to her. But that is pretty much all that's going on right now. I've got some chicken in the crock pot for dinner tonight. I haven't decided yet if we're going to use sweet and sour sauce or teriyaki sauce. But I'm definitely going to be doing up like some brown rice and vegetables and mixing it all in and then adding whatever sauce we choose. And then we have like 4 egg rolls in the freezer. So I figure we'll pop those out and put them in the oven, and that's will go with the dinner. So it'll be super easy. I don't have anything planned out for lunch today. I'm not really that hungry, to be honest with you. I kind of had like a really big bowl of cereal for breakfast. There's like this new cereal out that it's like, what's it called? It's like a... I think it's from Cinnamon Toast Crunch, but like it looks like little pieces of bread, and it has like little strawberry flavorings in them, and like it tastes like the strawberry berries out of Captain Crunch. It's really good. It's really addicting, and I have like a bowl and a half, so I'm still pretty full from that. So I don't know if I'm gonna eat lunch. Or if I do eat lunch, it'll probably be something light because I'm really not that hungry. And I'm also having a big old thing of apple juice my own self. Love some apple juice. But that's all that's going on. I'd love a nap. A nap sounds lovely. Actually look like I have a bag under my eye right there. Levi's crying. I should probably go see what's going on. So I'll check in with you in a little bit. Oh. Well, it just locked the both of us out of the house. So my dad's on his way over to unlock the door. That's like a 15 to 20 minute drive, assuming he left right when I called. And it's like 90 some degrees outside, so it's pretty warm. There's a slight breeze, so it kind of helps, and we're kind of in the shade, so that helps too. Where you going, kid? Yeah, hopefully he gets here soon. We were getting ready to head to the bank to get bank records, and then we were going to head to the park with my friend. Maybe a little late into the park, but we got to get these bank records. So that's what's going on. So I just finished at my old bank. I went to my new bank, quote unquote new bank, and we opened our account in 2014 with them. And I know that I made this payment in 2013. So I came to PNC, which is where I used to bank at, and they can't pull up an account or anything because we closed it out in 2013. So that's been 4 years ago. So they gave me a number I can call that'll get me to a person, and she said the likelihood that they're going to be able to get anything is very slim, but I could try. So there's that. That's like my last chance to find proof that I paid this, which sucks. So there's that. So we're gonna head to the park and hang out with Heather and Leah. I might vlog a little bit with them if they're cool with it. So we'll see you guys in a little bit.
Oh, it's a time! Come back! See that time! Come on, Kaden! She's coming! I'm at time. No, the cat tagged me! Cat tagged me! Cat tagged me!
He likes that. He's like, don't put lots of fun.
Yeah.
There's lots of fun, baby. Think it's gonna rain real hard.
If it rains real hard, what are you gonna do?
We're gonna go home.
What are you gonna do? Whatever it rains.
We're gonna go home if it rains.
Are you gonna run?
To the car?
Yeah.
Probably. What are you gonna do if it rains?
Run?
Sit here?
No.
Keep swinging?
No.
No? Hi, baby. You waving? Hi, baby. So this is Heather. We're at the park, and our offspring are playing. I've got a few clips of them together. Do you mind if I insert them or not?
That's fine.
Okay, I just want to make sure, because, you know, kids and stuff. So, we're just hanging at the park. It's getting super freaking cloudy. You all see that? Like, I don't know. But according to, like, what? You say something about tomatoes?
No, I said Kristen doesn't like tornadoes.
I don't like tornadoes.
Me neither.
We've had enough of them.
Me neither.
But it's not supposed to rain. I think we're just getting like the tail end of a storm that's happening on the south part of the town. So we might get a few sprinkles, but according to the app, it's not supposed to rain. So.
Let's hope so.
Yeah, let's hope not.
It's just gonna make it more humid.
Yes. They should have had this when we were in high school. Because of all the crazy shit we did.
Yes.
We would have been like YouTube famous back then.
Yep.
Because we were hilarious. And now we're old and boring.
That's
We're
right.
parents.
You know what I
We've
do
got kids.
whenever-
It's all gone now.
It is. Now we're lame.
What?
whenever it's a tornado? I'm talkative.
So thought I would do a quick check-in with you guys. Since more than likely I'm going to have to end up paying this credit card debt again. And on top of that, I do have other things in collections that I've talked about from a past video. I was young and dumb. Got myself in some trouble with credit cards. And this one that I'm getting sued over is the only one that I actually paid off, which is some BS that I'm getting sued over something I already paid for, and we're probably going to have to pay it again because we can't find, like, the records that I paid for it, which is our own fault for not doing better record keeping, or my own fault. I can only take the blame for that. So, anyways, I have a few other things in collections. So when I was hanging out with Heather, she told me that our local newspaper is hiring for newspaper delivery, and you would be an independent contractor. Hopefully that means I can take Levi with me. So I went ahead and put in an application for that. Hopefully something comes through. That would be fantastic because it'll be early. I'm guessing I'll probably have to be at the newspaper by like 5 in the morning is my guess, which would totally suck because I'm not a morning person. But went ahead and applied for it, so we'll see what comes of it. I don't know that it'd be a job I would keep long term, depending on how well I would like it or not. But I have a car, and if they let me take Levi with me, I mean, I'll do it, and then we can, I'm thinking maybe contact one of those credit recovery places or whatever. I don't know what it is, where it's like they help you with all your debts and stuff. And I don't know if I want to go that route or not. I have a few things I was looking at on Credit Karma that are like small, I think like $79 in collections, something stupid like that. So probably handle those on my own, just call and pay them. And then the bigger ones, I've got a couple. I've got like $4 grand, $2,000 from 2 separate credit cards that I defaulted on, and then $2,000 from a medical thing, which I ranted about in last week's video that I should not have to owe because my insurance from 3 years ago, 2 or 3 years ago, said that I was good for 60 days worth of, what do you call it, physical therapy, because I dislocated my knee, and they said, oh yeah, you'll be fine, you won't have to pay anything. And then after having Levi, I called to set up payment plans for my hospital payments, and I asked, you know, do I owe anything else? And they said, oh, it looks like you had $2,000 going to collections. And I'm like, excuse me, like, this has been 3 years ago, and I never got a bill, never got a phone call, never got a notification. The fuck? Excuse me? And then the $79 one I have is part of the collection, is part of the hospital payments that I have for Levi, because there's like, you know, several different accounts that you get when you're in the hospital for a while, and so they're all like collected into one account, and then I do monthly payments on them, and then they work, how it works is like it works on one account till it closes, and then the money starts going to the next account. Anyway, somehow one of those fell through. Thankfully it's only $79, but one of those fell through and ended up going into collections, so we're gonna have to get that taken care of. But I think we get, you know, these little things floating around taken care of, and then maybe get a hold of one of those credit recovery or whatever it's called, where like they work with the debt collectors for you. I looked into one that my cousin is using, and she said that I was looking online and I can't talk. I was looking online and it says that it's like $120 per person and then $50 per account that they handle. So that would be, I don't know, probably like an extra $350 I'd have to pay out, but they would like handle all that for me and get me payment set up. The other thing that I could probably do is, if I get this job, is just, you know, get everything else situated and then, you know, pick whichever is the smallest debt and then call them up and start just throwing my full paychecks at it, which is my goal. Like, I really just want to get out of debt. I'm tired of being in debt. Before I met Mike, I had pretty good credit for a 22-year-old. My credit score for 22, when I was 22, my credit score was like 669, 670. Like, I had a decent credit score for a 22-year-old. And then we got together and my job messed up, because my job was like, well, it didn't mess up, but like my job paid me really good for a while. Like, I made $10 an hour and I was working all the time, and so I took out these credit cards and like I racked them up because like, oh, I'll just pay them off next time, because sometimes I would get like $1,000 paycheck, and so I was just like blowing my money on stupid shit. And then things changed in the company, and my hours got cut. I wasn't making the money that I was making. I mean, I was still making 10 an hour, but like I wasn't pulling in the paychecks I was making. And so I was struggling to pay my other bills, like my car insurance and my car loan and the other bills that I was paying all of, because Mike and I moved in like 3 months after meeting, and he was 30 and I was 22, and he had a career and I was still in college. And so I was paying our utility bills along with my other little bills that I had, and he was paying everything else. And so I was struggling just to pay my utility bills and to pay like my car bills and my cell phone bill and stuff like that. So I defaulted on my credit cards, all three of them: JCPenney's, Victoria's Secret, and Walmart. And now we're here. So yeah. So I don't know. I mean, if I get this job with the newspaper, I don't know that it'll be something I want to keep long term, but I definitely want to just take my full paychecks and just throw them on these credit cards and everything that I owe like about $4 grand roughly. So just like throw them all there until it's all paid for. Yeah. So the downside to this letter carrier thing is that you don't actually work for the newspaper. You're an independent contractor, so I will have to keep track of my taxes, take my taxes out myself, which is kind of what I'll have to do with YouTube when I start making any money off of YouTube. I mean, I make a little bit, but not like, I made $200 so far. And I was talking to my neighbor who's an accountant, and she said that I don't really have to worry about paying taxes on YouTube until I make $8 grand, which I don't know if that's right, because I always heard after 400 you had to start paying taxes. But regardless, I ain't at 400 on YouTube yet. But with doing the newspapers, it would be. But anyways, I'm just hoping to get like an interview. I need to find out that since I'd be an independent contractor using my own car, like, are they going to pay for regular maintenance? Are they going to pay anything for gas? Or is it just like a flat fee? Is it okay if I take Levi with me? Like, if I'm an independent contractor, I would assume it's okay to take Levi with me. But it would feel good to start bringing in a paycheck again. I mean, I always held a job up until I got pregnant. From the time I was 16 until I was 25, like even up, 2 months into my pregnancy, I held a job. So I always had a job, never had unemployment, I'll say it like that, because I went about 6 months working in grooming salons where I was never technically an employee, but I was still getting paid for one of them. The other one that was just training me for 2 months, and then when I asked about finally getting paid, they were like, we can't afford to pay you, so I quit there. I should just do a whole story time about them grooming salons and what all went down, because it's some shady ass shit. I tell you, they worked me for 2 fucking months. 2 months. They kept telling me, because like originally when they hired me for the second one, they're like, oh, you know, you do pretty good, but you need like 30 days of more training so we can polish you to the way we want you. Okay, 30 days was up, and I was like, can I start getting paid? And they're like, you need to go another 30 days. I think after that you'll be good. Okay. So I did it another 60 days of training, doing it how they wanted, and I'm like, can I start getting paid? And they're like, we can't afford to pay you. What the fuck? What the fuck? I was an idiot, but like, I love grooming that much. Like, I just stuck with it and kept going. I was like, oh, you know, they'll pay me eventually, and like, you know, I was an idiot. So technically, I had about 6 months So from like February to like July of 2014, I think. It would have been 2014. No, it would have been 2015 because I got pregnant with him in 2015, and that's when all that happened. So it would have been 2015. But yeah, for like 6 months, 2015, technically on record I was unemployed, but I had a job every day. It was full time at both of the grooming salons. I think I had like a 2-week gap between grooming salons, and then like a 3-day gap between my last grooming salon and getting on at the daycare. So yeah, from the time I was 16 until I was 25 and a half, technically, I've always held a job. I've always worked. So becoming a stay-at-home mom, like, that was a big adjustment for me. Like, that was seriously a hard pill to swallow, not bringing in any kind of an income. And if I could bring in some kind of an income, even if it's just from, like, doing paper routes, like, that would greatly help us out. And I could just take the whole paycheck and just throw them on these bills, get them paid off. Because, like, I would hate to file bankruptcy over $4,000. Like, that's not a lot of money. I mean, like, it is a lot of money, and it's not a lot of money, like, all at the same time, you know? So, yeah. But we'll see if anything comes of that. Hopefully I'll get a phone call and an interview, and hopefully it works out. That would be a really good option. I applied for a tanning salon a few months ago. I have a friend working at a tanning salon, and I was hoping to get on there doing the night shift, because the way that the night shift worked would be Mike would get home, and as soon as he got home, I would leave for work. But I never got a phone call on it, and talking to my friend, it doesn't sound like they ever hired anybody for this time around. Because when I applied, they weren't hiring, and my friend just thought they might start hiring, and they didn't. So, I don't know. But, I mean, the paper route, I mean, being an independent contractor, I'm in my car the whole time. I can just go in my jammies. Just slop my hair up, grab my kid, and go do it, you know. Probably wouldn't have to do. Because, like, when we lived in the apartment, our next door neighbor actually did the paper routes, and she seemed to love it. I mean, and it paid for her apartment. That was her full-time job. That's all she did. I think she probably had some form of a disability though. Blah, 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 I can't talk. I think she had some form of disability. Possibly. I could be wrong. And then her son was about my age. He was like a grade under me, and he still lived with his mom, and he had a full-time job, so I'm sure he was helping with stuff. But it's, from the sounds of it, she'd been doing the paper route for years, and that's how she supported her and her son growing up. So, I mean, I don't know. Maybe it's one of those things where it's like you can work as much as you want to. I don't really know. Hopefully I get an interview, and we can go from there. But it would be a really big help if I could do that. And if it is in the morning, I mean, I'll get used to getting up early and going. I mean, so we can get that figured out. And I don't know. I mean, maybe it pays decent. Get a couple $100 or something a month, you know, 4 or 5 maybe. And that would, I mean, if that was the case, if I made like $500 a month doing paper route, I could probably pay off these credit card things within a couple of months. And then I know that in August I have my student loans coming due. So that would, you know, give me money to start paying on my student loans. And then we could just, because I think I owe like 13 grand in student loans. So, I mean, maybe if we could do it that way within a year and a half or 2 years, maybe we could have all of my debts paid off. That would be fantastic. That would be quite nice, honestly. I don't know. I'm just dreaming here. I'm just talking. Hopefully an interview will happen. I will let you guys know if it does. This is one of those jobs, like, I don't feel like it would be an issue telling you guys that I do it, because, like, it's a paper route. It's not like I'm going to tell you my paper route, right? So, but we'll see if anything comes of it. But I'm going to start editing a video. I have a nighttime skincare routine I need to edit, and then I need to edit vlogs from last week that I need to go up this Saturday, because it's already Wednesday. So I got like 2 days. Yeah. Today Wednesday? Today's Tuesday. So I've got 3 days to get those edited, and then I still need to type up a letter to send out to that lawyer's office, and just asking them to double check their records on payments, because I paid it, but I'm betting we're gonna have to repay this thing. Anyways, I'm gonna get off here and get this done. So here's a look at what we're gonna be having for dinner. This is brown rice, Normandy blend vegetables, which is like carrot, squash, broccoli, and cauliflower. We have a gnat in here. Go away. Get away from my food. We have egg rolls. I'm getting 2 of these, and then my husband is getting 2 of these. He's eating the same thing. And we have some little bowls of sweet and sour sauce. I also covered this mixture with sweet and sour sauce. And there's shredded chicken in here, which I mentioned this morning. Levi's crying because he's a tired boy. Mike is in there changing him into his pajamas and putting him to bed. But yeah, so I'm probably going to film tonight, so I'll probably show you guys like how I set things up for filming. I have a collaboration going up next Friday, so I need to get this, I'm spacing out. I need to get my table cleaned off and I need to film it so I can get it edited. Actually, I think you guys are going to see this the Saturday after that collaboration, so I'll link it down below. I'm going to be doing a get ready with me for date night. And I mean, it's a date night collaboration pretty much. You can kind of like do what you want. So I'm going to be doing a get ready with me for a date night. We're all going to be going back out to the drive-ins this coming weekend again. So I thought I'd do like you know, date night for the drive-ins and what I would wear and how I do my hair and the makeup I do for all of that. So that should be fun, but I have to set it all up. So I'll show you guys how I set it up. And then I was in here looking at all this party stuff about, and I realized that like I never showed any of it to you. So I'll show you that to you as well after we finish eating. Good morning. It is like 8 o'clock on Wednesday. I'm trying to avoid this glare here. I'm sorry. It is raining outside, so I don't know if Levi is going to have swim lessons or not. They said that Fridays would be reserved for makeup days in case if it rains, and it is currently raining. But I haven't gotten any phone calls or anything saying that swim is canceled, so I don't really know. But I'm just going to let him sleep a little bit longer because I hate to wake him up if they end up canceling it. So I'm going to kind of play it by ear and see how it goes. Tomorrow it's supposed to rain too, and these are his last 2 days of swim. So if they cancel today and it's thundering tomorrow, because tomorrow is supposed to be like thunderstorms and today's just rain. So if they cancel and use up their Friday, then like I don't know what happens with like that last day. I'm going to go ahead and get some breakfast. If you guys have not tried this yet, you need to. It is so good. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, it's good. I'm gonna eat this and I'll let you guys know if we end up at swim or not. So swim lessons have been canceled for today. They're afraid that it's gonna start pouring rain again. I don't know what's up with my camera. It's like fuzzy. I don't know, maybe the lens needs wiped off. Yeah, so they canceled swim lessons for today. He's gonna have a makeup day on Friday. It's supposed to be like thunderstorming tomorrow. So if they cancel today because it rained really heavy and they're afraid it's gonna do it again, I don't know what they're gonna do tomorrow. So I don't know, I guess up in the air and we will see. But honestly, like, I'm okay with it being canceled because I'm kind of over swim lessons. I mean, I'm really glad he's gotten to do them. He loves them. Like, he is loving them. He's having so much fun. But for me, like, they're just getting really repetitive. Like, nothing new is going on in the classes. It's just getting really repetitive. So I'm kind of over it. But yeah, I don't know what we're going to do the rest of the day. I think I might just go get some laundry going, since we really have nothing to do today. So get some laundry going, and I don't know, but I guess that might be about it. So I was online just now. Please ignore that like clicking sound. The strings to my ceiling fan are clicking against the light. It's annoying. I sleep with that. Actually, you get like used to it and you don't even notice it anymore, but I'm sure you guys can hear it. I heard it in one of my videos and I was like, dang, should have shut that thing off. We're not going to be here very long. So I got online to see if Goodwill could come pick up that chest freezer in my basement. If you guys watched last week's vlog, I kind of showed it in there a little bit. Mike mentioned it the other day when we took stuff to Goodwill. He was like, you know, you should call the number and see if they can come pick up the freezer. So I got online to see if they can, and it has to be on the ground floor or in a garage, which sucks, because that's our problem, is that we can't get it out of the basement. No one wants to come and haul it out of the basement. It works. Like I said, in that other video, I have tried to give this thing away. Like, I've put it on the garage sale sites as free. You just have to haul it out of the basement. And it's probably going to take like a minimum of 4 strong men to get it out of the basement, because it's so big and so heavy. Like, I think the lid could probably come off and that part takes some of the weight off of it, but no one, like, people want it and then they find out it's in the basement and then they don't want it. They would rather go pay however much it costs to get a freezer than to find some men to help haul it out of a basement. which is not that hard to get out of our basement. Our basement has like an outside entrance, and so, and our staircase is just like one flight up. It's not that hard. If it's not that hard, we would have done it already. I mean, like, it's not going to be super complicated once you have the manpower. It's just, you know, finding the men to do it. I feel like I'm going to be stuck with that thing forever. And we can't turn it off, because if you turn it off, then, like, it's going to grow mold inside. So we are constantly having to run it. We don't use it. So I packed it full of, like, frozen bottles of water, like jugs of water. And for a while there, we were using baby water for Levi. So every time I used one of those up from the baby water, I just filled it with sink water and then put it down the freezer so it could freeze. My grandma told me to do that because she said it would help keep the freezer from having to work so hard. I don't know if that's true or not, but it sounds logical. So I packed it full of frozen jugs of water. That being said, if a natural disaster ever happened, we'd be pretty well set for a little while. Like, assuming we didn't use it for bathing and only used it for drinking, I think we'd be good for a little while. But, yeah, I don't know. And then I had someone who said they wanted it, like one of my friends, and she said she had the power to get it out, and then now I don't know what's going on, because she got really sick, and we went to the hospital and had to have, like, her appendix removed, and now she's getting a divorce, and so, like, I don't know, I should probably just contact her and see if she still wants it or not. She might still want it and might still be able to get it out, but now that she's getting divorced, she might not be able to get it anymore. Like, I don't know. So, I just feel like I'm going to be stuck with that thing forever. Granted, there was another website that there was another website that Goodwill had listed that's like an affiliate of some sort or whatever, and these people will come and haul stuff for you, but it's a small fee that you have to pay. But, like, if you're a Goodwill customer, then you get a discount. So, I don't know, I might call and see what their price would be and if they would haul it. But even still, they might want it on the ground floor. And it's like, if we had the manpower to get it up out of the basement, I would go plug it in the garage and I would sell it. Like, for like $50 or so, because it's a really big chest freezer. Like, it's not pretty on the outside, but it works perfectly. It runs just fine. So, like, if I could get it out of the basement, I would put it in the garage and then I would sell it. But I can't get it out of the basement. We don't have the manpower to get it out of the basement. So, yeah, there's that. I haven't showed you guys all the stuff that we bought for Levi's party, so I guess we can go have a look at all of that. So before I go show you everything that we bought for Levi's party, I just kind of want to set the scene a little bit for what we're doing. Keep in mind that Mike and I both have very large families, and I also have a few friends I'd like to invite, so we had to pick a facility that was big enough to hold everybody. Mainly just because of, like, you know, the family situation. Like, you can't leave any family members out because, you know, like, it's family. And I've got friends that I don't want to leave out, but I feel like friends are more understanding when it comes to that stuff because, you know, family takes priority. So we rented out a school down the street from us. They have a gymnasium that they rent out for birthday parties, and they have inflatables they put up in there. So we paid, I think, $195 for this gymnasium. It comes with a really big inflatable slide. It comes with an inflatable bouncy house. Both of them will be assembled and put together for us. We're going to get like half a basketball court that the kids can play on, and we're going to put up piñatas. And I think she said we're getting like 30 tables and chairs. I don't think we'll need that many. And then there's also tumbling mats for like gymnastics, so they can like tumble and roughhouse and stuff. So I thought that was a pretty good deal for $195. We were looking at getting an inflatable bouncy house and then having to find a place to put it. Excuse me. And I think we were gonna have to pay like almost $200 for the bouncy castle we were looking at. So when we found this place, we were like, you know, that's a good deal. That's like everything. So that's kind of the setup. It's going to be a Mickey Mouse Clubhouse, or not Mickey Mouse Clubhouse. It's going to be Mickey Mouse themed because he loves Mickey Mouse. Like, I was seriously hoping he would not love Mickey Mouse because I'm not a fan of Mickey Mouse Clubhouse. Like, that show's been on for a while. I've seen it before having kids and I never liked it. And my kid is like obsessed. So it's gonna be Mickey Mouse themed. We're toying and playing around with the idea of playing Mickey Mouse Clubhouse theme song the entire party, because Levi loves that song. Like, he loves that song. Like, you don't understand. So I don't know if that'll happen. We still need to get a cake. I'm contemplating getting cupcakes and then doing a smash cake for Levi, just because we're gonna have so many kids there. Like, it's going to be a big job to cut all the cupcakes and stuff. And if we just have cupcakes available, people could just like grab them easy, and it'll be like, you know, much simpler and probably less messy. So, and then also we're going to be doing cotton candy treat bags for people to take with them. We're going to have such a mixture of ages that when we were looking at like goodie bags and treats to put in goodie bags, we were like, you know, some kids are going to be too old for this stuff, other kids are going to be too young for it. So we figured, you know, our sister-in-law, well, my sister-in-law, my husband's sister, she has a cotton candy machine. So we got the idea of, hey, let's ask her if we can use her cotton candy machine and do cotton candy bags. And that way, you know, adults will love them, all the kids will love them. Easy. So we asked Katina, and she said that's totally fine, that we can come over a day or so before the party and make up a bunch of cotton candy bags. I just got lucky last night, well, not last night, a couple nights ago, and I found baggies in my pantry that are for like, they're like gallon-sized baggies, but they're kind of like you use a twist tie on, and I like to use the Ziploc baggies. And if you're like, well, why'd you buy those if you don't like them? I didn't. For anyone who is new to my videos, I inherited my grandmother's house with everything inside of it. It was like fully stocked. So we're still going through a lot of the things that she had. And then she like hoarded Ziploc. Like, oh my goodness. Like the amount of bags, like sandwich bag, like I won't have to buy another one for like a million years. We have so many. I go through the gallon-sized Ziploc baggies a lot faster than the sandwich baggies. We've got a lot of them. So I was looking for a gallon-sized Ziploc bag to put in the kitchen, and I came across 2 of the gallon size that use the ties on them. So that's perfect for the cotton candy bags. So we didn't have to buy that. We still have to buy the cotton candy though. That's on the list of things we need to get. But otherwise, I can show you everything else that we've bought for the party so far. I think we have about everything. I know we need to get the cakes and stuff, that'll be, you know, closer to the party. We need to get the cotton candy, and we will probably need more tablecloths. I need to call and find out exactly how many tables we get, because I don't think we need a full 30. Oh, but as far as like how many people are going to be coming, and I don't know that all the cousins will come, but if all of the cousins come, there will be about 20 kids there. Now, these are technically all second cousins, but one of my cousins lives in Michigan. He has 2 boys. They come back and forth to Indiana a lot. So I don't know if they'll be here during his party or not. So if they don't come, we're going to have about 18 cousins, varying in ages from both sides of the family. And then I have friends with children that I want to invite. And this facility has like, I think a 300 or 400 person limit. So we're not going to be anywhere near that. But it's plenty of space to have the whole family and to invite friends and friends with kids. And I think it's going to be fun for kids of all ages. And the lady said that she's going to bring some like tubby tyke toys out for the littler ones, like a tubby tyke slide. And sorry, I felt like this pimple here that's kind of scabby and it's like bugging the heck out of me. But she's got like a tubby tyke slide, and she's letting us use a height chair. This school is like, it's a school for, I don't really know how to word this correctly, but see, I want to say immigrants, but that's wrong. A lot of times during, you know, the summer and fall season, we'll have a lot of people who come up from Mexico who are field workers. And so this is a school for their kids. I don't know technical terms and all that stuff. That's just what the school is for. And I think it's for like elementary age, possibly up to middle school. I don't really know. But it's like for kids who, you know, don't speak English. They primarily probably speak Spanish. And That's what the school's for. And so they rent out the gym to help bring in a little extra money for the school. So there's that. Yeah, I don't think I have anything else to say, but I think that's everything. We probably need to get some more invitations. I don't know that we have enough. Party City only had 2 packs of invitations left, and I don't know if I'm going to be able to use any of the footage I took while I was in Party City because they had music playing, and the last time I vlogged, which was several years ago that I did this, but I had a vlog up that had music from when I was in Five Below that they were playing over the intercom, and my video got flagged and I had to take it down. So, actually, I didn't have to take it down. That's a long story. I was trying to get in with Style Hall. This is before I did any research on, I don't know really what you call it, but Style Hall, whatever those things are. They're not really agencies. They kind of all are agencies. They just kind of like manage YouTube channels. I was trying to get in with them, and when you're trying to get in with them, like, you can't have any flags on your channel. And so when I got flagged, I took down the video. I did more research, realized that when you're a smaller channel, it's not really good to be with an agency. Just kind of do it all on your own. You'll make more money that way. If you want me to do a whole video on that, I can with proper terms, and I'll look up what all the technical stuff is. So I didn't end up joining with them anyways, but I already took down that video. So, yeah, not much I could have done from there. But anyways, yeah, I don't know if I'll be able to use the clips that I used because YouTube might not let me monetize this vlog. But I'll head on into the dining room and I can show you everything that we did get for his birthday. Okay, so nothing too exciting in here. We just got like basic white napkins. Like when it came to this stuff, I was like, everybody's going to be throwing it away. I don't want to spend a lot of money on it. So we just got a basic pack of white napkins. I think this is like a little over $1 for this pack of napkins. Same goes for the silverware. So we just got... Is that so? Is that so? So we just got a thing of forks. 100 count should be plenty. And they're just basic white forks. And they're like about $1 or so. And then we picked up 2 of these Mickey Mouse cups. And we're going to store the forks in here. So people will take the forks out of this. Then we got a giant thing of blue cups. You'll see in a minute kind of what the theme is when we get into the Party City stuff. But these solo cups, I think it was like $7, and we get like a million of these things. It's like 120 cups. So that should last for the whole party. And they're the same, they're the right color. And then we just picked up from Walmart some basic tablecloths. These were actually cheaper than the Dollar Tree. I was going to go to Dollar Tree, but then I found these at Walmart, and they were like 98 cents, so like 2 pennies cheaper, but still cheaper. So I picked those ones up from Walmart instead. Then over here, here's the wrapping paper we picked up to do his birthday presents in. His birthday present is going to be a new car seat because he's outgrowing the one he has. So that's going to be his birthday present from us. But that's the wrapping paper we're going to use. Over here we have 2 packs of these bowls. And they're just in the right colors. So this is what we went with because, again, like, I didn't want to spend a lot of money on something we were all going to throw away. And I think it came out to, like, probably $10 for 2 of these packs. Which, if we went with party-themed stuff, we would have been spending a lot more because you hardly get anything in a party-themed pack of anything. You get, like, 5 plates for $5. So, over here, I just went ahead and put these storage baggies with it. But these are the ones I was talking about using for doing the cotton candy. Really? You're noisy. You know that? You make a lot of noise. You do. You make a lot of noise. Yeah. Yeah. So this one here is some party decorations. We're going to be putting them up maybe on the birthday present table, but also maybe on the cake table. I haven't decided yet. But they're going to go up on one of the main tables. Here is the high chair decorations we're going to use. So it's like Mickey's first birthday, and it's all the same kind of blue color. So it's got like this little thing that goes around the high chair and something for all the cake to go on, for his smash cake. And then here are the 2 tablecloths that we got. One's going to go on the cake table, one's going to go on the birthday present table. So we have two of those. And they were a little more expensive, but we want some areas to look a little fancier. These are the invitations we picked up. I thought they were super cute, but we're probably going to need more because I think we only have 16 of these. Because we got 2 packages, but that's all they have left. And then, really? Do you have a lot to say? No, nothing to say now that the camera's on you? No? Okay. Are you sure? And then we found this hat that is so cute, and we're going to have him wear it when he does a smash cake. Really? Are you going to talk now? So yeah, he's going to wear this for a smash cake just because it's going to be super cute, and we're going to strip him down to his diaper because he's going to make a giant mess. We just thought this would be super cute for him to wear for like pictures and stuff. So that was kind of like the most frivolous thing we've bought out of all of this. It's not really something we needed for the party, but it's cute. So I'll show you guys the piñatas that are in here. Room's a disaster. We have to get 2 piñatas because, like I said, we could have upwards of 20 plus children. That's just in cousins. That's not including friends with kids. And they are in varying age groups. So obviously if we put like the 10-year-olds with like the 4-year-olds, the 4-year-olds aren't going to get to hit the piñata. So we're going to break it up into age groups and try to have an even amount of kids per piñata. But we got 2 of them. So we have this Mickey Mouse one. And then we have this one that just says 1 on it. And it's in like the same kind of color scheme. It's kind of between this like baby blue and turquoise-y type of stuff. So that's everything we've got so far for Levi's birthday party. I don't think we need much more. Probably a few more tablecloths. And probably some more invitations, which I need to get those filled out probably today. Oh, the sun's coming out. It's looking nice out. And then we need to get like cotton candy and then birthday cakes closer to time. So that's, I think, everything we pretty much are going to need for his party. Yeah. So that's that. About the AC, guys. It is sweltering outside. So I had to run to the Dollar Tree and pick up some more invitations because we ran out. And when we were at Party City the other day, we bought the last pack of the Mickey Mouse invitations, and they're kind of expensive to begin with. So mostly friends will be getting these ones, which I still think they're cute. It says a birthday party, here's the scoop, and it has ice creams all over it. So I still think it's cute, and it's in like that same kind of a bluish color. So I still think that works. But I don't know where else to get those invitations other than Party City. And I mean, I could have went there. They may or may not have had them back in. But I just went to the Dollar Tree and picked up a pack because we had like 4 family members left to invite and then a handful of friends. So I just went ahead and went that way. I don't think anybody's going to care. Invitations are typically one of those things that get thrown away. And the ones that was like most important for me for them to get like the cutesy invitations was the grandma and grandpa. Granted, I kind of wish that I would have kept one for myself for his baby book. So maybe I'll ask someone if I can have their invitation when they're done with it. I might ask my cousin. I don't think that she'd want to keep it. So there's that. I just got done at the post office. I had to come pick up more stamps. And I just finished at our current bank trying to find information on the amount paid. And she couldn't find anything. But she only looked at it for debits. She didn't look at it for checks, but I'm sure I didn't write a check. Like, I hate checks. I'm sure I didn't write a check. It's still possible that the payment came out of PNC. I feel like we would have put the money into an account that we didn't use a lot, and at the time we technically had 4 accounts, but one account I know I didn't use because like I never ever put anything in it. And then we had my account that I had when Levi got me good. Jeez, kid drew blood. He's like, he has his nails clipped and he's real bad at like grabbing my skin and twisting. So he drew some blood right there. Anyways, my son's a savage. So yeah, it could have still came out from PNC because I didn't cancel that account as soon as we got our current one. And PNC can't pull up anything. And then I know my other account, I didn't use that thing for anything. It was only for my car loan, so I know it wasn't in there. And then it could have came out of my husband's account that he had when we got together. So we need to go check that. But I don't know if they're going to let me go back that far because I didn't get put on his other account until like 2015, I think, we were just like super behind on doing it. But it's still a really good possibility that we put the money in that account since we never used it and made the payment out of there, because I feel like, just knowing us, that dealing with a debt collector, we would have wanted to put the money into like a secure account so like they couldn't just wipe it out. I mean, I know technically they can't do that stuff, but here it is, like I made that payment and the payment didn't get applied to my account. So something happened to that money. Where did it go? And I guess we probably would have been wise to put it someplace other than where they could get a hold of it, which means that our current account wouldn't have been a good place for us to put it. It would have been my husband's account, or it would have been my account that we had prior to meeting each other. Mine is closed out, can't pull anything up. So we need to go check his, but before that, I might go do that tomorrow. I'm gonna go over to my aunt's house and take her an invitation for Levi. I think she's wanting to see him. So we're gonna go do that, and I don't know what we're gonna do the rest of the day because it's already like 3 o'clock, so I don't know that we're gonna make it up to Star in time to do that. We'll probably do that tomorrow morning. So I thought I'd do a really quick little update on just what's been going on this evening. We just kind of snacked around for dinner. I had a big salad. Mike had a bowl of cereal. Didn't really feel like cooking. Neither one of us was all that hungry. So a little update on the whole credit card issue. Turns out that JCPenney's one, I didn't pay it. We did find the transaction on Mike's account, the one that he had before him and I got together, so we did put the money in there, but we paid off the JCPenney's, oh sorry, we paid off the Victoria's Secret card, not the JCPenney's one. So we do owe that one. We have about half the money saved up, so I asked my parents if we could borrow $350. That should take care of the rest of what we owe, and then we'll have to pay them back. I signed up for BioLife for donating plasma. I'm going to call them tomorrow and find out like how much is compensation and if they have a waiting area for children, and go from there. But I might start donating plasma and then taking the money I get from there and throwing it on my bills, because I still owe $1,000 in collection from Walmart, and then I owe that $2 grand from when I went to physical therapy and never knew that I owed it. So I have that stuff that I gotta pay on. So I might start donating plasma and doing that depending on how much they pay out. So I guess we'll find out tomorrow. The website said $35 once a week, and you can come twice in a week. But I've always heard around here that it's like $150 or something like that for like your first month or something, and then after that it drops down to like $50. That's what I've always heard. And there was another place on the website that said check with your local facility to see what they're paying. So I don't know if it's $35 a visit or if it just varies depending on your city. But I'm getting ready to film a video. This is actually going to be a collaboration with a handful of other girls here on YouTube. So I thought I would go ahead and show you guys my filming setup. So we're here at my dining room table. That's the chair I will be sitting in, and I'll have the curtains there behind me, and it's dark enough outside that I shouldn't have any issues with backlighting. And then I have my newer ring light set up here, and it's got the filter on here so it doesn't come off as way too bright. And then I've got my Canon camera right here. See if we can get it to focus on there. It's kind of hard to see it. I love this little thing. I think it's fantastic. So I've got that there. I've got all of my makeup set up here on the kitchen table so I can kind of spread it out however I need it. And then I have my extension cord over here for the newer ring light, because that's my only complaint with this ring light, is that the cord is not long enough. So I definitely have to use an extension for it. I guess if the place you were going to film was like right next to a plug-in, you wouldn't have a problem, but for me it's not quite long enough. But that is my current filming setup, if you were wondering. So it is Thursday. We are on our way to swim lessons. It would be the last day, except for they canceled yesterday, so we'll have to come back again tomorrow as a makeup day, assuming they have it tomorrow, because it's supposed to rain. It doesn't look great out today. It looks like it could rain any minute, but they haven't canceled, so I guess we're gonna show up. But on my way out the door, Levi barfed all over me. I don't know if you can really see it anymore. Oh, it was so gross. It's all down here. It was like white. I wiped it off best I could. So I guess it's not like overly noticeable anymore. You can still kind of see it. It's so gross. It's like, oh, my life. Only me, right? Like, Oh well, I feel like all these other moms are like, as I was saying before I was so rudely cut off by my phone earlier today. My phone just doesn't have a lot of memory to it. I feel dumpy, like, compared to the other moms. I just do. I don't know. I mean, I'm sure other people feel the same way. I just feel like they're all so pretty, and I just feel dumpy compared to them. You know, and it's just, I think it's something that everybody feels. Everybody goes through that. Not everybody wakes up every morning feeling fantastic and like, you know, the most attractive looking person in the world. And just getting thrown up on just kind of added to it. Like, of course, my kid pukes all down my swimsuit. Of course. But yeah, so swim lessons went really well. We didn't get rained out. I really thought that we were going to because it was so cloudy this morning. I thought it was going to pour. But we actually had a really good time. And then tomorrow is our last swim lesson. So I'm kind of excited for it to be over. I've enjoyed taking him, but I'm just not a morning person. I like to stay in bed. So yeah, and then here in a little bit, my mom is gonna come over, and then we're going to Hacienda for lunch. They got paid yesterday, and she said she wants to take us out to lunch. Like, I feel so bad that, like, I can't, you know, like, afford to pay for myself, you know, like, I feel like at this point in my life, I should be able to, like, afford to do those kind of things, and, like, we do okay financially, but it's like we have to plan things out. And so, like, we already made, like, all of our bills got paid. We got our groceries bought. We set the money aside for, you know, this bill I have to pay for the credit card company. And then we made plans to go to the movies this weekend with Mike's brothers, you know, to the drive-in. So we have a little bit of money set aside for that. And then, like, other than that, for, like, the next 2 weeks, like, we can't really afford to do much else because, like, money's just tight. And I think it's, like, how it is for most people. But it still sucks, you know? And so when my mom is like, "Hey, you want to go out to eat?" I'm like, "I don't have the money. Like, I feel bad. Like, yeah, I would love to go out to eat, and I would love to be able to pay for myself. I'd love to be able to buy her dinner, but like, I don't have the money. I'm like, and it just makes me feel bad. But like, we have other bills that have to be a priority. So I don't know. It just kind of sucks. But I think we're going to go to Hacienda, which I love Hacienda. We haven't been in there in a while. But I'll talk to you guys, I guess, at the restaurant. So I decided I want to go ahead and further that thought process a little bit with the, you know, not being able to afford things and stuff. And I just want to put it out there that us being tight financially is honestly like a choice we made. Because, like, I always worked our whole relationship. I've always held a job, always brought in money. And so things financially were always different, and I'll admit we didn't manage our money the way that we should have. Otherwise, we wouldn't be in this mess with my bills being in collections. But we are, anyways. But we made the decision for me to be a stay-at-home mom. Yeah, I could go out and get like a full-time factory job and be away all the time, and my kid would be living in daycare. But we don't want that for him. I had to be in daycare for a little bit when I was a kid, and I hated it. I hated daycare. I did not like it at all. And I don't want that for my son. I don't feel like I don't feel like he should be somebody else's responsibility. And I don't want to take advantage of family members and having them watch him all the time. Um, I just, like, we made the decision together for me to be a stay-at-home parent. Which means that financially things are quite tight for us. Like, it's hard to live, you know, I think my husband makes probably like $45,000 a year, and that's before taxes. After taxes, we're like, you know, in the 30,000 some dollar a year bracket that's actually brought home. And it's hard to live on that. Even, you know, it is. It's just hard to live on that. And so I just wanted to further that. And I'm not trying to like knock anyone who is a working mom, like, by no means. Like, I don't know how you do it, to be honest, because being a stay-at-home mom, like, is a full-time job in and of itself. And I know that for a lot of working moms, you work a full-time job, and or maybe it's a part-time job, but you're still working out of the home with other responsibilities, and then you still have all the cooking, all the cleaning, all the bills. Most of the child rearing still falls on you. And so it's like having two full-time jobs, and I just don't know how, you know, working moms do it. So I applaud you if you do it. But being a stay-at-home mom is something that I always wanted. I always wanted to be a stay-at-home mom when I had kids, and I want to be here. And that means that we sacrifice, a lot of extra money, and that means that we can't afford, to go out to eat on a regular basis or all the time. We can't afford, to just up and go do things that we want to do or buy things that we want to buy. But that's a sacrifice that we were willing to make because, like, we wanted me to be here for Levi. And I feel like, being there for your kid is more important than the financials, to an extent. I mean, yeah, we're kind of tight, but I don't know, I feel like I'm rambling now. And I'm not trying to offend anyone who is a working parent. This is just, what we chose for our life. And I'm not complaining, but it is hard sometimes. But to flip that, I'm sure that working moms out there, feel like, yeah, we got plenty of money, but, like, I never get to see my kid, So there's choices and sacrifices that are made, with whichever direction you go in on it. But I just wanted to maybe clarify it a little bit. Like, I'm not trying to throw a pity party or be like, oh, woe is me. Because this is a choice that we made as a family, was for me to stay at home. And we knew that for me to stay at home, things would financially be a lot tighter for us. So that was like a conscious decision. But it still sucks, like everyone wants to have plenty of money to go do whatever they want whenever they want to, That's just not how the world works for most people. But that is my thoughts on that, and hopefully I kind of clarified a little more of what I just said a moment ago.
You my boy. You my sweet boy.
Guess I should have, like, done a sooner check-in or something. I don't know. My phone about died though, so, like, I had it plugged in. But I just got done at a garage sale meet. I sold a sewing box for like 20 bucks. So that's 20 bucks, towards all these bills. The lady was so excited when she seen it. Like, I'm so glad that she was able to get it because she was so excited about it. And literally this thing's been sitting in my back room for like 2 years. And I just keep forgetting to sell it. Like, I don't use it. And before that, my grandma had it out in the garage because she was trying to sell it in a garage sale like forever ago. So, like, I don't know how long it's out in the garage, but it's like not been used probably for as long as my grandma ever had it, because she would get random stuff and then never use it. So I'm glad it went to a good home, someone who really needed it and wanted it. She kept saying she'd been wanting one for years. So hopefully 20 bucks was a good, price on it. Maybe I underpriced it. Maybe I should look more into it. I have a couple other ladies who's commenting saying they wanted it as well, but I mean, oh well. It's out of my house, which is good, and 20 bucks towards the bills. I just thought it was funny, like, how excited she got about it. It was so cute, because I was like, oh, I'm so glad to get this thing out of my house. But I'll insert a picture of it or something. I should have, like, vlogged and showed it to you guys, but, like, I spaced it, and like I said, I had my phone plugged in, blah, blah, blah. I had my phone plugged in because it was about dead. But now I'm at Barker's BK getting dinner for us. Mike said that he wanted chili dogs for dinner. I don't really feel like we should be eating out, but I don't know. He gave me 20 and asked me to go get dinner, so I'm getting dinner. Yeah. Oh, and Mom and I went to Hacienda for lunch. Had a really nice lunch, and she said that we should be able to borrow the $3.50 for the other half of these bills. And I told her I wanted to pay them back, but she said that I didn't have to worry about it, so that's kind of nice. And then she also said that she would be willing to watch Levi for me for an hour and a half a week, twice a week, so I could do the plasma donations. So I need to look into that. I kind of forgot about it today. So I need to look into that tomorrow. But I think that's everything. So if you want, I can show you, because you're going to be able to respond, right? I'll probably show you guys dinner when we get back to the house. It's just from Barker's BK. If you've been watching me for a while, you know all about it. I did a whole mukbang eating their pork tenderloin, which is exactly what I ordered again today. I love that stuff. If you want to watch that mukbang, I'll link it down below. But I'm going to go ahead and get off of here. and I'll talk to you in a little bit. So I just finished listing a bunch of Levi's baby clothes. I figured 25 bucks for all of it because it's like 25 pieces. Technically it's 24 pieces and then 4 sets of baby mittens, so you know when they scratch their face. But this is like his newborn clothes. I took out everything that I wanted to keep and kept it in storage in case we have another kid. But the rest of it I figured go ahead and sell it, because if we do have another kid, which is up in the air, but if we do, it won't be for like another 5 years, because we want to make sure that we have all of our debts under control, and we should have the car paid off in 5 years and my hospital bills for having him paid off in 5 years. So by then, if we decide to have another one, we can financially afford the hospital bills and stuff. But I'll go ahead and show you guys everything that I'm selling. So this is all of it. He had some really cute stuff. A lot of it was given to us, but I don't see a point in stashing it for 5 years. At least not all of it. And so any of the money that we make obviously goes into his piggy bank. What, he's in there jumping. I thought he was chattering to me. He's chattering at the TV. But yeah, so I've got all of this stuff listed right now. These are all like his shorts and stuff. And then these are all like short sleeve onesies. We have one t-shirt and like a sleep dress type of a thing, nightgown. All this stuff is like fall, so I figured I'll wait until the fall to list that. And then once all of this is sold, I have a couple of outfits set out that I'm gonna sell as like all together, but I think like 10 bucks for probably all of these. I didn't want to list it all together and ask for too much money because I've seen other people do that. When you have too much stuff and you're asking too much money, then people start asking you to like separate things out or come down in price, even if you're asking a fair price. Like I'm asking $1 a piece, which I think that's fair, but I've seen people list like 50 items and ask for $50, which is $1 a piece, but not everybody has 50 bucks sitting around. Not everybody wants 50 baby items. So I just felt like this, you know, keeps it small, and hopefully we can sell this all in one chunk. And then the outfits, I think I can probably get 10 to 15 for all the outfits, which honestly is a good deal if you compare it to retail, but even if you compare it to like the consignment shops, because I've shopped at some of those places and they go from anywhere from like $2 to $5 on their, you know, baby clothes. So $1 a piece, I think that's pretty fair. This would easily get a newborn through their first month of summer. I mean, I got him through his first month of summer. He was only newborn clothes for like 1 month. Some newborns are in newborn clothes for like less than that. So I think that's more than fair. 25 bucks, get him through the newborn phase, get it out of my house, and get a little money in his piggy bank. So that's what I'm doing this evening. I'm gonna clean all this stuff up, get it sorted here on the table so I know like what pile goes where, put the fall stuff back into the storage totes, and I've got some summer clothes for 0 to 3 months that I need to sort through and get listed. There's the second round of baby outfits or baby clothes I'm listing. Actually just listed them. I love this little onesie right here. I have the hardest time letting this go because I think it is so stinking cute, but I want to keep with rompers if we have another baby. So I kept all the rompers. Everything that's not a romper I'm selling just because rompers are so easy. So that's a little outfit right there. None of these like came together. They're just outfits that I put together, but I thought they're really cute. Shorts and a little onesie to go under the t-shirt and matching gloves. And I thought these were really cute as well. If you think I'm handsome, you should see my daddy. I'm so good looking, I'm always getting picked up. I love that one. So it is Friday and we are sitting in my hallway because Levi has Mickey Mouse on and I don't want to have any like copyright issues from the Disney music. So yeah, it's like 2 o'clock in the afternoon. I never got around to vlogging this morning because Molly's here. She's like trying to get in my lap. Because when I got to the pool this morning for Levi's last day of swim lessons, my phone shut off on me. I'm not really sure what happened. It was at like 50% when I left the house, and when I got to the pool, I picked it up to turn it on and see if Mike had texted me any, and my phone was just dead. So I plugged it in when I got back home, let it charge. It's fine now. I don't really know what happened. So on the way there, I seen a couple of odd birds. And the guy I seen first was when I was crossing the bridge, and he looked high as fuck. Like, oh my goodness, he was so high. And he looked like he was about to like fall over or pass out as I was like coming up on him. And then I was passing him, he like took a seat on the bridge railing and just sat down. It's like probably a smart thing to do because you look like you're gonna fall over. And then when I got to the pool, our pool is like right, I don't know how to describe it. Okay, so like our pool's here, and then like there's a creek, and then there's a park. And so there's a bridge that connects the parking lot of the pool over to the park, because the park is used as overflow parking when the pool is packed and there's no more places to park. So there's this lady like coming over the creek on a footbridge, and she looked interesting, to say the least. I don't know if she was on drugs or not, but she just seemed a little special. So yeah, his last day of swim went really, really well. It was just like a free day, so he just got to play in the water the whole time. So we sat in the shallows a little bit so he could splash and kick and play with toys. And then we went and played with all of the fountains that they have in the pool. And then I took him out to the deeper area and let him like stand up on my legs and jump, because he loves to do that. So we did a lot of that, and then his swim instructor brought popsicles in for the babies. So he got his first popsicle and he loved it, and he made a giant mess with it. So hopefully the purple popsicle stains come out of his swimsuit. So that's in the washer right now. He's going to the dryer. But I have a meet this afternoon, actually here really soon, for all of the baby clothes that I had listed online yesterday. I had a guy who messaged me and asked if he could buy all of them for $30, because I had the outfits listed for $10, and then I had everything else listed for $25. And he's like, well, if I buy everything, can I just get it for $30? I'm like, yeah, that's fine, because like, yeah, it's $5 off, but I'm getting rid of it, all of it in like one stop. And then I threw in a couple of bibs and some like little beanie things that Levi never got to wear because his head was so big. Oh, okay. I'm like sitting here in my hallway, which is in front of our like our stuff, and so this purse is directly in front of me, and I don't know how well you guys can see it, but that like little nub right there, the way it was hanging, I can't get it to show up right on camera, but it looks like maybe it's kind of peeling off, maybe not. I don't really know. Oh, it's missing some. Okay, so you see how the rest of them look? This one's like different. It like lost its stud. Okay, so it's different. And I glanced up and seen it, and I thought there was a spider hanging off the edge. I was about to flip out. Me and spiders don't get along very well. So yeah, that's what we have here going on. In the next few minutes, we need to head out for the garage sale meet, so I'll let you guys know how that goes. And I'm supposed to be, and I was able to get a hold of him because I talked to him this morning and set up the garage sale meet. And I like to reconfirm my meets before I meet with people. So yesterday evening, I set up a garage sale meet with a lady who wants to buy the car seat insert. And so this afternoon at about 1 o'clock, I sent them both a message just to reconfirm the meet, because it's supposed to be at the same time, same place. And he got back with me, so I know he's going to be there, which is good, because that was like my big purchase. But the lady for the car seat cover never responded. So when that happens, typically those people don't show up, but I guess we'll see. And then I think tomorrow we're going to go to the bank while he's in there eating. You guys can hear her, I'm sure. But I think we're going to go to the bank and open Levi up a savings account, because he's getting a pretty good amount stocked up. So yeah, that's pretty much everything that's going on right now. I don't know what the plan is for this evening. Mike had some kind of like a fun day for work where they loaded them all up on charter buses and took them like an hour north to Fort Wayne. We're an hour north away from Wabash. It's like 2 to 3 hours for us to get to Fort Wayne. But they took them up to Fort Wayne, and they all went to one of those like escape rooms where they all had to like work together to escape. And before they went in there, Mike said they had them all outside in a park with like games set up. And he's like, I don't want to play games with these people. I don't like these people. So he's been doing that all day. Hopefully it hasn't been a horrible day. I guess he entered into a raffle, so he's hoping he won. But it's unlikely, because he said a lot of people bought tickets. But it looks like it's getting ready to cloud up and rain. I hope it doesn't. But I probably need to get off of here and get going for that meet, because it's probably getting close to 2:15 now. So I'll talk to you guys in a little bit. A little bit of a quick check-in here. The lady who wanted the car seat cover just got a hold of me and said she didn't realize her family was celebrating Father's Day today. And so I asked if we could meet later. So I asked her if she wanted to meet today and what time. So haven't heard back from her. But the guy who's buying all the clothes is on his way, so hopefully it works out. Looking for a white 4-door Chevy. I don't see why it wouldn't work out. I'm just, okay, it's silly, but I feel nervous because like all of the stuff he's buying fit in one bag. Like, yeah, it should, because like it's all newborn stuff. Like it folds up really tiny. I don't know. Which, I mean, if I was him, I would go through everything anyways, you know, just to double check, which I don't blame him for. But yeah, I'm just keeping an eye out for a 4-door white Chevy truck. So I will talk to you after he gets his stuff. So garage sale meet went just fine, no problems. Something a little weird did happen though. And this place that I go to for meets is really popular in the area for garage sale meets. So maybe that's what this lady was doing. I really don't know. But I was parked in a parking place. Okay, I was parked in a parking spot waiting for my person. And I don't know how long she sat like this, but at one point, because I was like on my phone and stuff, at one point I like glanced behind me and there was a car like parked cat-a-corner directly behind me, almost in my blind spot. Like I couldn't see it in my mirrors, but I could see it like when I looked out the window. And the way she was parked, if I wanted to pull out, I would have hit her. And I'm like, why are you parked there? You know, and like I didn't have to like confront her or anything because she left before my person even showed up for my garage sale meet, so it wasn't like really an issue. But like I was aware of her sitting there for a good 3 minutes and then she drove off. I don't know I don't know how long she was sitting there before I looked up and seen it. But it was just weird. Like I seriously would not have seen her like in my mirrors. Like I couldn't really see her at all in my mirrors. Like if I was backing up, my backup camera would have showed it. But if I didn't have a backup camera and she was sitting like that, like I wouldn't have had a clue if I hadn't like looked behind me. And I only looked behind me because I was looking to see if the guy I was meeting, if he'd pulled in and like parked like on the other side of the parking lot. I was just kind of checking to see, you know, if he parked someplace else, even though like I messaged him and I was like, I'm going to be parked, you know, in this particular area so you can easily find me. I didn't know if he gotten that message or not because I sent that like right after I got there and, you know, he was driving and stuff. Which he found me no problem. Again, it's a really small parking spot or parking lot, so it's like not hard to find the person that you're meeting if they park like behind you or something or across from you. But yeah, I just noticed that lady like parked directly behind me, like blocking me in, and it's like, why are you parked there? There are so many empty parking spaces and you park behind me. Like, what are you doing? What are you doing? And I didn't see her get out. I didn't see her go talk to anybody. It didn't look like she had a meet. She looked kind of lost though, because after she pulled out from behind me, she like went around the parking lot and came up to the exit I was parked by and kind of sat there for a minute, like not exactly in the exit, but kind of. So like if anybody wanted to get out of the exit or come in, like they couldn't do it. But she wasn't exactly like in the exit. She was like kind of in front of it. And she sat there for a minute and just looked really confused, looking around. And then she pulled out and left. And I was like, what are you doing? You can park. Okay, there are plenty of parking spaces. Pick one and park in it. You don't gotta sit behind me, and you don't gotta sit in the middle of the exit. Or she wasn't, like I said, she wasn't really in the exit yet, but it was just weird, right? Like she's blocking it off, but she wasn't using it. So it was like, what are you doing? And she was like in the middle, you know, because a lot of times, you know, when you're exiting something, like you'll be on one side so people can pull in next to you if they're coming into the place. She was right in the middle, so no one could come in or out, and she just sat there for probably 2 minutes, I'd say. A solid 2 minutes, and just sat there looking around. And it's like, what are you doing, lady? Yeah, so I need to check Facebook and see if the lady who wanted the car seat insert has gotten back with me yet or not. I don't know if we're going to meet today or tomorrow. Hopefully we can meet for that and get that sold. I love selling stuff because it makes us a little extra money, which that was for Levi. It's already in his piggy bank, the 30 bucks I made from his clothes. But makes us a little bit of money, and it gets stuff out of my house, which feels great. Like, I fall into these ruts where, like, I want to shop. Oh, I hope I don't get copyright for this. Hold on a sec. They were doing the creature report for Octonaut, and Levi was watching it, so I didn't want to mute it on him. And now it's just commercial, so I muted it. He's still, like, trying to watch the TV, though, but there's no sound for the second. Anyways, yeah, so all those clothes are now sold, which is good. I need to relist his baby swing. That needs to happen. And then I have his 0 to 3 month clothes for summer that I need to list. And then all of his baby bath towels. Oh my Baby bath towels are just like the biggest gimmick. They are adorably, adorably cute. Don't get me wrong. They are so stinking cute. And so like I get it if like you want one or two. And I do like the washcloths because they seem to be a lot softer than like our washcloths. So I do like that for them. But like the baby towels though, like a regular towel works exactly the same on a baby as a baby towel does. Like, I'm not kidding. No, they don't have a little hood on them. And yes, they are much, you know, bigger. So your baby kind of gets lost in it. But if you are, like, trying to have a baby on a budget and you're buying everything on your own, skip the bath towels. They're not necessary. They are cutesy. They're not necessary. And we have a ton of them, and he's outgrown all of them. None of them really work for him that well anymore. I think his rubber ducky towel I want to keep in case we have another baby because it's super cute and it was my favorite. I loved using on him. But we have a handful of others that we got from the baby shower and also a few that were hand-me-downs from my cousin's baby. So I'm going to take out the rubber ducky one and maybe one other. Because, I mean, I can't say they're complete gimmick because it was nice when he was itsy-bitsy little tiny baby and it made for some really cute pictures. But I don't think anybody needs the amount of baby towels that we need. Like, if you're having a baby, 1 to 2 towels, you'll be good. For Levi, when he was super little, we only gave him a bath about twice a week because we didn't want to dry out his skin. And it was weird because, like, he didn't have sensitive skin when it came to wipes. That was fine. And he's never really been one for diaper rash. He's had a couple, but they've always been really, like, small diaper rash, and it's never lasted very long. But when it comes to lotion, like any kind of lotion, sensitive lotion, baby lotion, you name it, it just breaks him out. Like, it looks like he has eczema. And if you get any of it on his face, he's just everywhere. It looks like eczema. And any kind of lotion on his body does the exact same thing, except for there's a Johnson & Johnson that's like gentle for baby or something. That one's fine for his body, like neck down. But even if that gets on his face, he gets like these little rashes. So because his skin was so sensitive, we didn't give him very many baths very often. And if we had another baby, it'd probably be the same way. Because honestly, I find giving little babies a bath stressful. I'm so afraid they're going to slip under. They're so slippery. I don't like doing it anyways. So I bathed him as needed. Now that he's bigger, it's not a problem. We just put him in the bath with all his toys and it's no big deal. But yeah, now he's outgrown his baby bath towels and he doesn't really need the washcloths anymore. The ones that we have that I love the most came in a pack from the Dollar Tree. So if you just want to get the baby washcloths, go to the Dollar Tree, get the ones that they have. They worked perfectly for him. They're like really soft and really thin, so it's easy to get into like all the nooks and crannies for washing like the ears and stuff. That's probably the biggest problem that I had using like adult washcloths, is that they're thicker. So I had a hard time like getting into his ears and stuff. So like right in here would get like crud built up in it. And then when he was little, like he didn't have much of a neck, and so it was kind of hard to get under there and wipe with a thicker washcloth. So like the really thin baby ones was really nice to have on hand. But again, like the bath towels, like they're cutesy. They make for some cute pictures. I'm not gonna say they don't, but they're really not necessary. You can just use like the towels that you have. They work exactly the same. But I need to sort through his towels and sell most of them, don't I? Don't I? What you doing, baby? I love him in bib overalls. I think he looks so cute. What you doing, baby? He loves these like boxes, like DVD boxes. So he has like 1 or 2 that have nothing in them that are just for him to play with. As you can see over there, my husband had to put up all of his video game boxes. They all had to get put up higher because he keeps pulling them off the entertainment center. But that one's his. That's the one he gets to play with. And he loves it. It's the little things, right? He tried to stand up the other day at my aunt's house, but he fell over. Didn't you? You almost made it. You had 1 foot on the ground. Couldn't get that other one figured out. And you went over. I thought I'd pop on here and do a little bit of a check-in because it's now Saturday. I don't even know where I left off on this vlog. So, not a lot going on today. We just went and picked up a wall mount for the living room TV. We had about $200-ish in Lowe's gift cards saved back for remodeling our back porch, but we needed to put some of our own money with it. And since we're not having all this like problems with me being in debt, and like we want to try to get my things and collections paid off, we decided to go ahead and use some of that money to get a wall mount for the living room TV, because Levi's getting to where he wants to pull himself up on things, and we've already pretty much got the entertainment center cleared off. There's not much left on it, but it makes me nervous that he's gonna like shake it and knock the TV over on himself, or that he's gonna get back behind the entertainment center and pull on the cords. So we've been wanting to put the TV up on the wall for a while now. Sorry, my alarm went off. Go ahead and use a little bit of that money and put a TV up on the wall, and then we can move the love seat in front of the TV to hide all the cords, and I just feel like it's gonna be safer for Levi, and then it's gonna open up that wall where the love seat sits, and we can put like his toys and stuff that are in the living room, so it'll kind of clean up the living room a little bit, and I think it'll make the living room look a little bit bigger. So while we went out to do that, we also stopped in at BioLife, which is the local plasma donation center, and I spoke with them about setting up a time to donate plasma. So I think it's like $35 a visit, so you can make $70 in a week donating, and so everything I make from donating I'm going to throw at the bills that I have in collections. And Mike is looking at donating as well. If I donate first and then he gets set up for it and I refer him, then I think we get like an extra $50, and so I'm hoping that everything he makes in donating plasma, that he'll want to put it towards the collection bills as well, and then we can like get them done a lot faster, because something like, I forget, if we were gonna make like, he's coming in now, I'm vlogging, you say hello.
Hi.
So how much would it be if we both donated plasma every week? 70 plus 70 is
140.
140 a week, so
I
that's,
don't know how that works. Is it $70 for one or $70 for two?
no, it's $35 per donation.
140.
So how much would that be in a month? About $520 a month if we both donate. Still haven't heard anything about the paper route. Haven't gotten any phone calls, so I don't know about that. But then we just finished up at Kroger, kind of switching subjects. Oh, they also have the play center at my local plasma donation center, so I can just take Levi with me. I have my first appointment this coming Friday. Mike will be home, so he's gonna watch Levi, because the first appointment always takes a little bit longer because you have to get like a small physical. It's not like anything major, but you have to get a physical, so it normally takes 2 to 3 hours to get all that done. But after that, anytime I go in to donate, it should only take like an hour to an hour and a half to do, and have a play center that I can take Levi, which will work out really nicely. So anyways, we just went to Kroger because Kroger has the free Fridays. If you guys have a local Kroger, you need to get yourself a Kroger's card and then get the app. I've talked about this before, because they will send you out an email for the item that is free for the week, and for this week it is the Ocean Spray non-alcoholic mocktails. They're like a cocktail but without alcohol. They had like 3 different flavors. One was like a sangria, but it had orange juice in it, and I'm allergic to oranges. They cause canker sores. The other one was it kind of looked like, oh, the car's not on. That's why the AC is not running very high. Oh, I just turned it off.
It's hot as Africa in here.
It is really hot in here. There we go. Okay, so the other one looked like pina colada, but it had grapefruit in it, which I'm not a big fan of grapefruit anyways, and it would probably cause me to have canker sores. So I went with the cranberry and peach Pellini, and it's cranberry, peach, grape, and lemon juice. And lemon can cause canker sores, but I have to have a lot of it, so this should be good. And it's a pretty good sized bottle. Look how big that thing is. It's like 33.8 fluid ounces, 1 liter. So that's pretty good. So we're gonna have to try this later, put it in the fridge, and supposedly it's bubbly, so it's carbonated, so that'll be kind of fun. But I have a garage sale meet here at like 1 o'clock for the car seat insert, the one that the lady didn't show up for yesterday. Was on that she didn't show up. She asked to reschedule, so we're gonna do that at 1, and then I think we're going to the drive-in this evening still. Is that still on?
Where is it now?
Yeah, so we're gonna go to the drive-in this evening to go see Cars. Levi will probably enjoy it / fall asleep during it. So garage summit went just fine. She was really apologetic about yesterday, which isn't a big deal. I mean, she canceled with plenty of time, so it's not like she stood me up, you know. It's like the people who stand me up that like irk me, but she let me know. She's like, hey, I can't make it, so that wasn't a problem with me. But we met. She got the car insert. I got $5 for Levi's piggy bank, and I'm heading to Walmart. I'm heading to Goodwill to drop off some various random crap that's just been cluttering up my house. We have like 2 random, they're not really cups. One's like a tumbler and the other one is a mug, which we don't drink coffee, so it's never been used. And then the tumbler isn't the kind that we really like, so it's not the kind of the straw. It's like a bottle, but instead of having like a pop nozzle, it just like has a cap that flips open, has like a big hole in it. So we prefer to have like the nozzle. So never used that, getting rid of that. They both came from Mike's work. Sometimes his job does like raffles, or they do like yesterday or on Friday they all went up to Fort Wayne and did like an escape room to try to like make them, you know, work together and bond, that kind of stuff. So when those things happen, a lot of times he'll get random whatnots, and those are some random whatnots that we don't use. And then I've got like 2 pairs of Mike's old sneakers, and I've got 2 pairs of my shoes that I don't use anymore, but they're not like, none of them are in good enough condition that I feel like I can sell them, but I feel like they're decent enough condition that someone, you know, might want them from Goodwill for a couple of bucks, or maybe Goodwill can donate them. I don't really know what all Goodwill does with their stuff, but we're gonna go take that stuff to Goodwill, and then I don't think we have really anything else going on the rest of the day, so I'll let you know. Okay, it's time to try the mocktail. It's been in the fridge long enough. Ooh, that smells really good. You can smell the peach in there. It smells like fresh cut peaches. Oh my god, that smells so good. And you know, a lot of times like things will smell like artificial peaches, which personally I think smell like body odor. But this legit smells like fresh cut peaches. Like, oh my god, it smells like I just sliced a peach. It's crazy. It's a little tart, but it's good. You can definitely taste the peach in it, but it tastes like peaches that are not fully ripe yet, you know, so when they're still a little tart. But it's good. I like it. I'll definitely drink it. Can't really taste the cranberries, the lemon juice, or the grapes in it. All I'm really tasting is the peach, but I'm betting it's so tart because of the cranberries. But that's pretty good. I like that. I think that would be worth buying again. So it's about time to end the vlog. It is Sunday night. I am ready for bed. I just finished doing dishes, and I've actually got a few more I have to sit out and soak because I don't have any more room in the drainer. So I didn't really vlog any yesterday or today. So yesterday we didn't do a whole lot, but we did go to the drive-in movies with Mike's brother and their family, and so all the kids seemed to have fun and watched Cars. If you guys follow me on Instagram, there's a couple of pictures down below, and if you don't follow me on Instagram, the link is down below, so you can go follow me there if you want to. As for today was Father's Day, so happy Father's Day to any of the dads out there. I know this is gonna be like, what, 2 weeks late by the time you see this, but happy late Father's Day. Today Mike and I took our dads out to go shooting. They all seemed to really have a lot of fun, got to go play with the guns. My dad had a new Glock he'd never used before, and then my dad's really into like the competition shooting, where like they have like mock-up scenarios and stuff, and you have to like shoot while walking, which is really hard. I've never done that before, but my dad set some things up for us to do that. Mike's family, I think Mike might be up. It might be the cat. I don't really know. But Mike's family live out on a farm, where his parents do anyways, so they have plenty of space for us to go shooting out there. And my dad like set up like these lines of rope. Sorry, my phone just notified me I have like 10% of battery left. But he set up like these lines of rope that we had to walk on leading up to the target, and Mike doesn't have a shirt on. You can come in. Sorry about that. Mike needed to go to the bathroom, but he didn't have any shirts on. We didn't have a shirt on, he didn't have any pants on, so and he sent me a text and it dropped down on the camera. So we went shooting, and yeah, my dad set up this rope for us to walk along up to the targets, and we had to like walk in like this weird squat almost. It was weird, but I guess it's like how they do it in the competition, and you have to like aim and fire and do like a double tap, and then you stop, but you keep walking, and then you aim, and it was a lot of fun. I'd never done it before. I'd heard him like talk about it before, but I'd never actually done it with him, so that was really fun to get to do. I think Mike really enjoyed it, and Mike's dad really enjoyed it also. And then I found out that I'm like a pretty good shot with a 22, which my dad says isn't that surprising because it's a lower caliber gun, and he said that most people get the hang of 22s pretty quickly. But I'm thinking that maybe I want to look into getting a 22 for concealed carry. I currently have a Taurus 380. I love that little gun, but honestly, it is like a little mini hand cannon. It kicks so hard, and so Mike is coming back through. So it's like a little hand cannon. It just kicks insanely hard, and so if I don't hit the target within like the first 2 to 3 shots, I'm not gonna hit anything, just because like I think it holds 9 rounds, but like by the 3rd round, like I've just like it just kicks so hard that it's hard to keep control of. And today actually, like, I don't know if you can really tell, it's kind of red right here, but that kind of happened from the 380. So I don't love it. I only got it because it was the only thing I could find that I could actually fit in my pants with like a holster, because women's clothing is just not made for concealed carry. So otherwise I would probably be carrying the 9mm Glock. I love that one, but to be honest, if I put it in my pants, it looks like I have a giant boner. So, and it kind of looks like that with the 382, but it's like a much smaller boner, and so it's like less noticeable. But yeah, but I think I could probably find a 22 that you know, is a much smaller gun, and maybe I could also conceal carry with. But the problem with that, and I was talking with my dad about, is like, you know, you're kind of trading accuracy for firepower, which I was talking to Dad, and he was like, because my dad's like all into this stuff, and he said, you know, your 9mm and your 380s are a higher caliber, and they're going to do more damage. And but then on the other hand, like, it's better to be hitting your target, which I was doing with the 22. Like almost every time I shot the 22, I was hitting the target, and I wasn't with the 380 and the 9mm. It was kind of like, maybe I will, maybe I won't. So I know a lot of you guys out there probably have no idea what I'm talking about. But anyways, these targets we had that we were working on were probably like the size of your face. Okay, but like, you're aiming at this, but imagine typically you're going to be aiming in the chest. Okay, so you still have all this space on the sides. You have space above and space below. So even if you don't hit perfectly in the circle, but like you hit off to the side, that's still a shot. Or if you hit a little bit above or a little bit below, which mine were mostly going below, I think. Below or to the right is kind of what mine were doing. So even though technically I didn't hit the target, I would have still hit a person had it been like a defending myself situation. So my dad's kind of like trying to talk me into keeping with the 380 just because it's higher caliber and it does more damage if it came to that. Side note, I actually did have to draw a gun on somebody one time. I will have to do a whole story time on that. But that has happened. I have had to do that one time, and the person saw the gun and they turned around and left me the fuck alone. But that's a story for another time. So anyways, I don't know, I'm kind of considering like maybe looking to getting a 22, but like I have a 22, but it's a 22 revolver in that thing. It was really big and bulky, so, and I have my 22 rifle, but can't really fit that in my pants. So anyways, we're gonna wrap up the vlog for today. Tomorrow's gonna be a bright and early day because I have to head to the city clerk office or court. I'm not really sure. I have to look at the papers, but I have to go pay or figure out what I'm doing as far as that whole getting sued thing. My parents did bring me the other half of the monies, so I have everything to pay off the fee that I owe. My parents are amazing. Like, I have the best parents ever, and I'm so grateful that they are willing and able to help me with this issue. So they give us half the money, we had half, and I have to go up there tomorrow and figure out how do I pay it. I don't know what I do. So because technically judgment doesn't get passed until Tuesday on the 20th, and I had 20 days to respond back if I was going to deny or fight the charges and say they're wrong, but they're right. I didn't pay it. I do owe it. Okay guys, well, my phone ran out of like storage last night while I was talking to you. I don't even remember what I was talking about. If I was a good vlogger, I would have checked it before I uploaded everything to my computer just now, but I didn't, and I'm not, so I'm sorry. But thank you so much for watching. I really hope you guys enjoyed, and stay tuned for next week's vlog.